Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I went to show you my BJDC haul, and if I look exhausted it's because I am. We are at Saturday evening. We have the final banquet here in a little bit, and it has been an amazing show, amazing convention. I've met so many people. That's the real haul, okay? I don't want to sound corny here, but the real haul is getting to spend time with friends and getting to meet people that you've been talking to online and stuff like that. But there's also a little bit of a material haul as well, so I wanted to show that to you guys before I get it packed up, because I'm getting my suitcase packed up because I have a very early morning flight tomorrow. So I thought I'd show you guys what I got. So I'm just going to start with the convention dolls. I did get the Merplum from Forever Virginia, and I did an unboxing video for her. She is super sweet. The video is really short because I was trying to hurry up and get downstairs for all the festivities. But this is Forever Virginia's Merplum, and this is just, she has a really sweet face. I love her face, and she's also, it's just a fun body. It's like a really fun body shape. I really like the shape that Virginia has done for this body. So that is Merplum, and like I said, you may have seen her already in the unboxing video. The next one I'm going to show you is the Convention Beatrice from Connie Lowe. Once again, a very sweet girl. I love her so much. I tried to get an artist edition small Beatrice in the sales room, but it was totally wiped out, which that's amazing for Connie's success. I'm really happy for her, but I'm really grateful to have gotten the convention one. She's super sweet. The convention dolls are always a lot of fun because they're the debut of the doll, so this is like the very first one that people could get, and so I do like having those because it's a lot of fun. So she's just gorgeous. She's super sweet. Love her so much and love her little outfit. So that was the two convention dolls, which I got both of this year. Now, when I went into the sales room, I did go line up at Connie Lowe's table first because that was the biggest line, and it took me about an hour to get through the line. I was towards the back, but the way that the team did the sales for this BJDC was very well organized. You got in line, you walked by, and you picked out your doll, paid for it, and you could come pick it up later. That way they weren't spending time wrapping dolls up. People could just pay and then come back later and get their dolls. So by the time I got up there, I had really wanted a big Ruth or a big Hazel. That was what was on my wish list, and there was one big Hazel left. So I got this girl, and I'm going to tell you, she is very special for a lot of reasons. So first of all, I love her face. She is just so sweet. I love Hazel. I feel like Hazel is one of the Stella family dolls we don't see as often, but I just think she's so sweet. Like, I really love her so much. I love her dimples, and I love the sculpting of her face so much. Now, what's really special about this girl is she came with a Paulette Gaudreau original one-of-a-kind plush whale, which I thought was so cute. Like, she actually told me that she sits and just makes these on her couch sometimes, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool to have like that plushie that came with my Hazel. So I'm just super pumped to have gotten her, especially because that was one of the ones I wanted. There were loads of Beatrice dolls, which is the big Beatrice, but I'm trying to backfill the collection of because my very first Hazel, I actually got my first Hazel when she came out at BJDC 2020, the virtual convention, and the one I got was chocolate. So it's kind of cool that the big one I got is also chocolate. So I've got her, and I just really glad I was able to get a doll, and it just worked. Connie brought a lot of dolls, so everybody who was in line pretty much was able to get a doll. So if you were in line, you could get a doll. Now, it might not have been the exact doll you wanted. Luckily for me, I'm very flexible. Like, I had wanted one of two large dolls. By the time I was up there, there was also a large Alice left, and I already have a large Alice, so I didn't need that. And there were some large Beatrice dolls left, but like I said, I'm trying to get, the only big one left that I need from the older dolls now is going to be Ruth. So I still need to grab a big Ruth at some point in time, and then I can go on to the big Ginger and the big Beatrice. But anyway, I just love her, and it was just so cool, like when Paulette told me, oh, I made her little whale too. Like, I thought, what a cool touch. Like, what a really, really cool thing. And I need to do an entire program for you guys one day about Paulette, because she pioneered the American BJD, if you're not familiar with her. But anyway, I love her little outfit. I love everything about her. Just very sweet. Very, very excited to have gotten her. And I'm glad I kind of put my intention out there into the universe and said, you know, I either want a Hazel or Ruth, and I was able to get the Hazel. Now, let me show you the next thing that I bought. The next thing that I bought was this Chester artist doll from Odd Anomalies. I cannot even believe this was left. So I went to Odd Anomalies booth, and she told me, she was like, this is all that's left. And I was looking at him, and he is just really cool. He's like a little businessman robot, and I'm going to show you. He's just, his little sack turns into a little beanbag chair for him too. But I just want to show you how he looks and how cool he is. So, and eventually I'm going to get a bucket, but here he is. He is precious. Like, come on, camera, and focus on him. The camera doesn't know what to think of him. He's a little businessman robot. Isn't he sweet? And his stuff opens on his head, so you can see that. And he is signed by the artist, Kaylin Carr, inside there. And then he also, I think this is so cool, on his chest, you can open up the doors on his chest, and he has a little heart inside. Isn't that sweet? I just think he's so cute. So he's a little ball jointed, 3D printed and designed, an artist finished little guy, and I adore him, and his little red tie is just so cute. So I was really happy to be able to add this to my collection. I have one of her other pieces. It is like a little pumpkin, but I'm really glad to get one of the robotic pieces. And it's kind of cool because I'm a CPA, I do accounting all day, so kind of the little businessman robot is pretty much like the perfect fit for me, I guess. I would say my personality. I don't know that accountants have the best, what word am I looking for? The best reputation for having like exciting personalities. I don't know. But anyway, there he is. I think he's so cool. Really excited to be able to grab him, because I didn't think I was ever even going to be able to get any of her work. Now, I also got from Susie P Sews, which if you've watched my channel, oh my gosh, guys, if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, I have bought stuff from her before, and I have talked about it before, and I have always called her Susie Sews. Her business name is Susie P Sews, because I said something about Susie Sews, just what they said, you mean Susie P? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. So I asked her at her table, I was like, is it? So it was really kind of funny. She said, don't worry about it, Allison. I'm like, well, now I know. Susie P Sews. She makes incredible sweaters, and I really love the ones that I have from her. I have two. I have like a shrug, and then I have one that my big Maylee wears. But then I got this one. I love this pattern. It's purple, of course, and then you've got this pink pattern here. You see how gorgeous that is? Her work is just so beautiful, and these are real buttons. These are antique mother of pearl buttons, she told me. So it's just a really gorgeous, well-made piece, and I got it this is for the big Stella family size, because my big Maylee has one. I'd like to eventually have one of her sweaters for all of my big Stella family. I can't remember if she's going to be at Modern Doll this year. If she's at Modern Doll this year, I'll probably pick up another. I'll probably buy one from her until I have the entire family that has their own sweater. I think I'm going to put this one on Alice, because my Alice has like kind of a purplish vibe to her, so I think this one's going to be Alice's. But I just really love the workmanship. But there's her tag, which is definitely Susie P Sews and not Susie Sews. But anyway, she forgave me for that transgression, not being able to have been saying it wrong all this time. So wow, I can't believe it. You know, You don't even want to know what I used to call the golf brand Titleist, because I had no idea what that word was. And when I finally found it out that it was Titleist, I was like, oh. So sometimes, you know, you just read things and your brain just decides whatever it wants it to be. All right, and next really amazing thing that I found out at the very last minute that my darling was going to be here through Project BJD. And if you guys have watched my channel for any amount of time, you know that I love my darling. I think my darling is such a cool artist, and I have 2 of the Coup line dolls, and the new Love Coup dolls are really, really cool. I'm going to show you the cool feature in just a second, but I had been looking at the Alice dolls because I had been watching the artist prepare those, the artist MJ prepare those on Instagram, and then I saw this one, and she's tan, and she was really cute and freckled. And so I asked Mrs. Cholong, who was there representing Project BJD and representing the artist, I asked about the price of this one. She pulled it up. This doll is a collaboration with, and I hope I don't butcher the name, Tina Van Hatupen Van Haputen. I'm not exactly sure how to say her name, but very famous Blythe customizer whose work I've actually been following for a long time and have wanted to get one of her Blythes, but not only are they extremely expensive, they're very expensive and they sell very quickly. So it's like you have to have the money ready, and it has to be a Blythe you really want, and you have to be there at the exact moment that they go on sale. So I was able to get this doll that had the collaboration with that artist. So I have a piece of her work. It's not a customized Blythe, but she customized this Love Coup doll. So it is a collaboration, and I'm going to show you how this mechanism works. So in the back of the head, there is a wheel. Come on camera and focus on that wheel. This is kind of hard when you don't have it. There we go. So there's a wheel on the back of the head. I'm going to show you now. Look at that. Look how the eyes close. Very Blythe inspired, of course, but I'm going to show you something else cool that this doll does. So you have that, but also the eyes. There's 2 sets of pupils in there. So you can roll the eyes around to be brown or blue with this girl. And I just think this is the very coolest thing on earth. Like, how amazing is that? I've seen people do this with the OB dolls. This is a resin ball jointed doll that does this. So I am so thrilled to have gotten this girl, and it's because it's 2 artists that I really like. It's my darling, and then it is the collaboration with Tina, and I just have been wanting some of her work, and so now I have some work from both artists. So that's really cool. And I also won this. There was a panel with Project BJD and MJ the artist, and there were 2 prizes that were given away. There were these little bags, and you had to answer questions correctly, and I got one of the little bags. So that was cool. Very, very cool. The panel also had Code Noir and Rain Man, and they gave away prizes as well, which was a really cool panel, because I have only been collecting BJDs since 2014. So some of those companies that were like kind of the founders of the new ball jointed doll community and movement and stuff, I didn't know a lot about. So it was interesting for me to sit in on that and kind of learn stuff and listen to people who were in the audience who were really passionate about those brands talk about them. So I thought that was cool. Now, a very last, and I mean last minute, very last minute impulse purchase. There was one table where they were just liquidating their merchandise, 50% off. They had this shoo-shoo, I hope I said it right, shoo-shoo mini fee for $150 with the box, the COA, everything. I couldn't resist. I have a soft spot in my heart for mini fees. I actually ran into Kat from Magical Girl, Kat and her husband Ben, and they had gotten some dolls from the table and like clued me in that the dolls were 50% off. And I was like, so I went over there, and then I saw this one there, and I like the face up. It's a little worn, but it's not bad. Like, I actually kind of like the face up. I love the elf ears. And it's an older one. The hands are strung. The knee is a single jointed knee. It's yellowed, but for $150 with box and everything, I had to get her. So I'll have to go home and play with a wig and stuff for her. And also I got this medieval dress. This is meant for a Lily Cat doll that I have at home, but I put it on her to travel in because I think it's really pretty and I like it. And you know, I wanted to have her clothed for the video. So there's this, and that was just, again, very last minute. I just couldn't resist for $150 for a mini fee. And she's legit, of course, and everything. So just, oh, so exciting. Like, I just, you know, I had to do it. So anyway, got her. And then let's talk about what else I got here today. So I'm going to show you a few gifts that friends brought. My friend from Australia, Karen, brought me a koala bag, and I love these because these are like the bags you can clip on and reuse them. I use these all the time for different things. She also brought me, and this is really, she said she saw this and it just looked like me. This is totally me. It's a little cat bud vase from an Australian artist. Look how cute that is. It's got a little place for your buds in, and it is by this artist, Isabel Lopez. And I'm going to turn this around. There's her Instagram, all her information and her Instagram. So whenever I actually get home and put a little bud in it, I will tag that so you guys can follow. But there's the Instagram. I think that's really cool to have a piece of like Australian art. Like, that was so cool when she said, I just saw this and it looked like you. I'm like, yes, I love it. So thank you very much to Karen for bringing that all the way from Australia for me. And then my friend Lee and her mom collaborated on an 18-inch mermaid costume for me for American Girls, which I love. I actually put it right away on my Moppy doll Zoe because I just thought it was fun. It's a little big for her. But it's just such a cute mermaid theme, and with all the mermaid stuff going on, the new Mermaid movie, and the theme here was like pirates and mermaids, so I love this so much. So a big thank you to Lee for that. My friend Corey gave me some little props for dolls. This is from a friend of mine, actually, Olga Belova, if you guys have seen some of her work in my doll room before, and then a little baby prop for some of my dolls. So these were really sweet gifts from him, and I thought they were so cute. So there's that. And then the very last thing I'm going to show you guys is Connie Lowe's book, Becoming Real: The Life and Love of Stella. And this is a 300-page book. It is really interesting for what I've been able to read so far. I mean, I know the whole thing's going to be interesting, but I have been looking through it. She did a book signing. I don't know how people were asking me how do they order the book. I don't know the answer to that question, but I'm sure she's going to announce it soon. But your girl does have a picture in the book because they had asked us to submit pictures before the book was done. And I have a picture. There's my little sleeping Stella right there in the book. So that's really exciting. I feel like it's a yearbook almost. I kind of want to have, so what I kind of want to do is take the book to conventions and have the people whose pictures are in the book also sign it like a yearbook. So I'm thinking about doing that. I had Debbie Hood sign it because she really helped put this whole thing together and did a lot of editing on it and so on and so forth. So I had her sign it, and that was my friend Karen from Modern Dolls idea. She was like, she kind of mentioned it, and I was like, I'm going to do that. She'll have her sign it too. And then I was thinking, let's take it a step further and like I'll have it signed like a yearbook. So I might do that. I haven't totally made up my mind yet, but I think it would be cool to have everybody whose pictures are in here kind of do their little signature somewhere on the page of their pictures like a yearbook. So I think I'm going to do that. I need to get a better marker though, because I don't have like a marker here. So I think I'm going to start this at Modern Doll just because all I have here is a pen. You know how ballpoint pen will like leave a dent in the page? So I want to get like a real fine tip Sharpie so people can sign without like denting the pages up, if that makes sense. Like a really high grade, maybe not a Sharpie, but a really high grade ink that doesn't like degrade over time. You know what I'm talking about? But I think that would be really cool to have the folks whose photos are in here actually sign this whole thing like a yearbook. So we'll see if I end up doing that, but I think I'd like to do that because I think it's just really cool. And the whole thing about the Stella dolls and the Stella family is like the community around the doll and the personality of the doll. So anyway, I was really excited to be able to get that. And yeah, so that is my haul. And I'm going to edit this video, and you guys are probably going to be watching it while I'm down at dinner tonight. And tonight at dinner, they're doing the helper room drawing. And so I bought $100 worth of tickets, which gave me 200 tickets, and I spread tickets out across all kind of stuff. And so maybe I'll win something else tonight. You never know. Even if I don't win, it's fine. Like, I like supporting the organization because the helper tickets, we do helper tickets at Modern Doll. Helper tickets are a really great way to support the organization, because everybody who runs these things, you know, I know from Modern Doll, we volunteer a lot of our time and energy and our own money to make these things kind of come together. And so anytime that somebody can, anytime you want to like help the organization out, Helper Room tickets is a really great way to support them. So I like doing it, I like supporting it, and the nice thing is you got a chance to win. So it's fun when they start drawing for the prizes, because you do have a chance to win at the end. So anyway, all right guys, I am so tired. I think I just rambled for a little bit there, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons from Patreon. Lindsay S., Leah W., Doreen Z., Janice H., Mercedes W., Cindy K., Bear Sunflower, Diane B., Kelly L., Shorna R., Stephanie W., Shalane C., Penny P., Louisa's Knickknacks, Marty G., and Lynn. Your support means so much to me and helps me continue bringing you great dolly content. For more information on how you can become a supporter of this channel, check the link in the video description. Thank you!